Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem HaKadosh. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity. The hopeful elect tabernacle of David. I'm the brother Yashuan. Back with a quick World War III update. We're going to start right here in 2nd Ezra's 13th chapter. We're going to read about World War III real quick and see a couple of videos. Let us know what time we're in. All right. Actually, let's start here at 9 real quick. 2nd Ezra 9:1, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So the Most High is about to visit. What does it mean to visit? He's going to wreak havoc. He's going to destroy some shit. All right? Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, we see that all around. Then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Okay? For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So what are we talking about? The end of the world as we know it. Okay, and it's going to end in World War III. Then there's going to be an ambush. The angels are going to get involved. They're going to destroy the armies of the earth in World War III. Then the missiles are going to manifest. They're going to be shot in what is called mutually assured destruction, and it's going to destroy the world, the system of how things are run on the earth. All of that will be destroyed. Then there's going to be what it means to be saved. We're going to get beamed up onto the chariots of Israel and before the destruction. And then after the destruction, we're going to come back down and set up the kingdom of heaven on earth. That's what we're looking at right now. Okay, so, but first the destruction has to come. Now we'll go back to 13. We'll read from here. Behold, this is 29, 2nd Ezra 13 and 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. What does that mean, to deliver? To save them from this destruction that's coming in the form of nuclear missiles, mutually assured destruction. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. Okay? The ones he's going to deliver are the elect of Israel. Okay? The ones that are going to be astonished are the other nations. Okay? Should come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. And one shall undertake to fight against another. This is World War III. One city against another, one place against another, one people against another. Then when the angels get involved in that fight, and one realm against another. All right, they're going to come out of another dimension into the third, and there's going to be a fight. All right? And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen which I showed thee before, and then shall my son be declared, the one you call Jesus, whose name is Yahweh in the ancient Hebrew, whom thou sawest as a man ascending, and when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land, meaning their nation, okay, leave the battle they have one against another. The battle that they have one against another is called World War III. So they're going to stop fighting each other. They're going to come together to fight against the one you call Jesus and the angels who come out of the adjacent dimension, if you will. Okay, and an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them, willing to come and overcome him by fighting. To overcome who? His son, God's son. Okay, so it says they left a battle that they have one with another. That's World War III. Why did they stop fighting each other? To fight against bigger fish to fry, if you will. All right? In this fashion right here. Okay. This is the explanation. They said, uh-oh, here are these guys again. These guys were in World War II. They were in World War I. Foo Fighters and all of that. They're in every war. Okay? Anyway. All right, so let's watch a couple of videos, and we'll go ahead and keep it short as we can. All right, this is Carrier Pigeon channel 1 hour ago. All right. It says the revenge operation against Iran has begun. A nuclear bomb could emerge. Where? Out of Iran? I thought Iran didn't have a nuke. Or plural, nukes. All right. Iran is over here tearing shit up. U.S. military helicopter crashes. Iran hits the U.S. base with 2 missiles. Huh? It's World War III. One day ago, U.S. has lost its entire equipment. Russia is the new shepherd of Afghanistan. Does Biden regret? All right, so let's check this out. I'm curious as to what's going on here.
The rules have changed. There's a fine line between right and wrong. And somewhere in the shadows, they send us in to find them.
Welcome to the Carrier Pigeon channel. The United States launched a major operation against the groups in Iraq after the increasing attacks. A joint operation was launched in Iraq and Syria after the increase in the attacks against the United States. The United States does not want to make the same mistakes in Iraq and Syria as it did while withdrawing from Afghanistan. However, they are exposed to many attacks by Iran and the groups it supports. But they want to clear these groups from the region with a very comprehensive operation. The operation, which will first start with the cooperation of the United States and Iraq, will continue in the future with the support of the United States to Iraq. If the Iraqi government promises to provide the necessary support, he tells the groups in the region that they can completely clean up within 2 years. The Iraqi government announced the start of 2 large-scale operations in the northeastern and northern Diyala province. Ahmed al-Azawi, one of the commanders of the Iraqi Popular Mobilization Unit, said that Iraqi forces launched 2 simultaneous operations against armed groups from 3 directions. He added that these 2 military operations were carried out in Al-Makiza, 30 kilometers northeast of Bakwaba, and Sharvan, 45 kilometers northeast of Bakwaba. He said that in line with the strategy of securing different parts of Diyala province, fending off groups in the region and preventing armed group attacks, these 2 operations were carried out to pursue more than 10 targets simultaneously. In addition, a joint operation was launched against many groups that were actively involved in arms smuggling through legal means in the region. The operation was launched just before the Iraqi parliamentary elections. The Iraqi government has announced that it will make many radical changes with the withdrawal of the United States from the region. But Iraq is preparing to bring back the Saddam-era conscription law, 18 years after it was repealed. Iraqi Prime Minister Mustafa al-Kadhimi's team issued a press release announcing that his cabinet had authorized the proposal. He said the Shura Council, the country's body that deals with legal issues, is reviewing a draft law and Parliament will decide whether to proceed.
All right. Mostly a bunch of gum flapping, really. But they did say that basically the troops are gathering in the Valley of Jehoshaphat is what you get out of it. All right. I'm sure that if we listen further, we'll get to the nuclear bomb part, but what we are going to do is we're going to look at a couple of these different channels. Let's look at Deep Journal. This is 5 hours ago. Iran deploys its army to the Israeli border and is hiding its nuclear bomb. Israel deals with Russia. Can a nuke, if somebody uses a nuke, especially on Israel, war will be declared because Israel will start nuking and then they'll have to call the nukes off and get back to conventional weapons because the way that it's going to play out is the mutually assured destruction is going to happen when World War III is in its at its height, if you will. All right, so we got a while before that happens. Again, they haven't even declared World War III yet. It's 23 hours ago breaking. Iran carries out heavy bombardment to response to Russia airstrike. U.S. Israel shot. Okay. And then it goes back a day. Let's check Deep Journalist. And they're just falling behind. So, and then old Secret Files 333. 8 minutes ago. See, they stay up on it. This is probably the best channel by far. So, U.S. military equipment left behind in Afghanistan spotted in Iran. Huh? I want to listen to that. 3 hours ago, Russia surrounded Afghanistan with its latest weapons. We know that. What is this? Russia surrounded Afghanistan. The armies are being gathered into the Valley of Jehoshaphat or Yehoshaphat or the Middle East. Okay? China sends troops to Afghanistan. Okay, China trying to take over Bagram Air Force Base. Let's see. U.S. military, this is yesterday, gifts arms, ammunition, aircraft to Taliban and leaves Afghanistan. So, if you go back, this isn't the war report, but the video that goes up with this one today goes into why they did this. All right. And it's it's a 12-minute video, so check that out. All right, but let me see what I want to, let me get Joel real quick because Russia surrounded Afghanistan with its latest weapons. China sent troops to Afghanistan. What do we see here? Well, let's get the scripture that backs it. It's Joel 3. We'll start at 2. God said, I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the Valley of Jehoshaphat. In the NIV, or the NLT, New Living Translation says, I will gather the armies of the world into the Valley of Jehoshaphat. The Valley of Jehoshaphat is referring to the Middle East. Okay, I believe it's in Israel proper, but Israel back in the ancient day used to be it used to cover a lot more expanse than the maps that we see today. So basically it's the Middle East. And that's what we see right here, clearly. China sends troops to Afghanistan. Russia surrounds Afghanistan. Okay? What is this? British elite SAS commandos secret mission at Afghanistan. Everybody's going to Afghanistan. German FM mass calls for talks with China, Russia over Afghanistan. Russia preparing a Taliban invasion. They're surrounding them. Okay, so this is clearly happening. All right. Where was I going to go? I was going to watch this. Spotted in Iran. Crazy. Hold on. Commercial.
U.S. military equipment left behind in Afghanistan spotted in Iran. Some of the images shared on Twitter showed trucks belonging to the Iranian army transporting U.S. Humvees, allegedly taken from Afghanistan, on a highway connecting the central city of Semnan to the city of Garmsar, southeast of the capital Tehran, the report said. Several U.S. military armored vehicles, which allegedly belonged to the Afghan army before the Taliban took over control of the country, were spotted in Iran on Wednesday, images shared on social media showed, Al Arabiya reported.
What kind of shit show is this?
Some of the images shared on Twitter showed trucks belonging to the Iranian army transporting U.S. Humvees, allegedly taken from Afghanistan, on a highway connecting the central city of Semnan to the city of Garmsar, southeast of the capital Tehran, the report said. Bismillah Mohammadi, Afghanistan's defense minister before the Taliban takeover, tweeted one of the images circulating online, calling Iran a bad neighbor. Afghanistan's bad days won't last forever, he added in the same tweet. Iranian authorities have not yet commented on the images. Al Arabiya said it could not independently verify the authenticity of those images shared on social media. Iran, jubilant with the U.S. withdrawal from neighboring Afghanistan, has hinted that its stance on the Taliban will depend on the group's behavior. The nature of our relationship with governments depends on the nature of their relationship with us, Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei said on Saturday. Iran shares a 560-mile border with Afghanistan. There is no definitive figure yet for the number of U.S. military equipment left behind after the American withdrawal on Monday, the Taliban have seized since taking control of the country last month, the report said. Kenneth McKenzie, commander of U.S. Central Command, CENTCOM, said on Tuesday that U.S. forces demilitarized equipment before they had completely withdrawn from Afghanistan, which angered the Taliban. Since seizing control of Afghanistan on August 15, the Taliban have taken control of a treasure trove of military equipment that had been given to the Afghan government by the U.S.
And Secret Files does it again. That's a great piece of information. All right, here's what's going on. Joel 3 and 2, I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat. There will I judge them for harming my people, my special possession, for scattering my people among the nations, and for dividing up my land. So it won't be long now. World War III is about to break out in earnest, okay? And the repercussions are going to be felt right here in Babylon the Great. There's a whole different operation going on over here. You know what it's called? Operation Warp Speed. When you get that operation going on, okay, that means it's a military operation. They call it Operation Warp Speed. Think about it. All right, so with that, we hope that the elect were edified. And until tomorrow, tomorrow will be the last war update for the week. We'll see you then. Hope the elect were edified. And with that, shalom.